You asked me about Paul and I. Me and Paul have been friends. We started our friendship, or real friendship, I think, in 1977. I had met him before in the 70s, early 70s, in 72, when I was involved with the students at UT getting the Mexican-American Studies program. And the Berets came and helped us out, helped the students out at that time. I remember that. I asked to be in the Berets, and Paul said no. He says, you're the lucky one. You're going to get educated. You're going to get your bachelor's degree, and with your bachelor's, you can do a lot more for our people. So he says, you need to do that. You need to concentrate on your school. And so that was a good advice that Paul gave me back in 1977. So I did. In 1979, I received my BA. And shortly after that, Paul was talking about politics, and I told him that I didn't think anybody could do a good job better than what I could do. And so, are you serious? I said, yes. He said, well, why don't you run for public office? And my anger, I had a lot of anger back then, the conditions we were living in, the brutality. The Mexican Americans were getting killed by the police department, beaten up by the police department, by certain police officers, the discrimination going on in our community, the lack of banking loans, the lack of money being pumped into our community, our streets were not getting repaired, we didn't have enough sidewalks. A lot of things were happening in our part of town that shouldn't be happening. What should have been happening is good things. So the worst of the worst we got. So Paul said, well, why don't you run? So that's how I also started my political career, turning that anger into something very positive. And Paul taught me that, how to move, how to get those emotions into a good direction that's going to come something positive for our community. And that's what I learned from Paul. I learned from Paul to be very self-sufficient, be resilient, develop a very thick skin. Because it says, because you're from East Austin, because you're bringing an issue that people really don't want to talk about, racism, disenfranchised, that they're not going to like you doing that. So you make sure they're going to say things about you that you may not, may not be true, or they may stretch the truth about you. They may get you angry, so you need to develop that. So in doing that, I helped in organize the neighborhood associations. At that time, we only had one neighborhood association, which is the one I'm president of. And soon after that, working with the Berets, he taught a lot of people how to fight for themselves. One of the leaders is Francis Martinez, who today still runs her neighborhood. Another one was Carmen Renteria, the late Carmen Renteria. She passed away. She was involved with Buena Vista and Tilly Rangel. Another one was Alicia Garcia, who already was a very good leader in Go Valley, and just helping her out made her neighborhood a lot stronger. And then you have Martinez, one of the elders, who also passed away. Mr. Ledesma, he also passed away. So all these leaders were helped develop by Paul. Paul's intelligence, he had a vision, he had tremendous hindsight. He was doing things in our community that now the city of Austin is doing. So he talked about land banking. He talked about how a city should buy a lot and designate it for affordable housing. He talked about revolving loan funds, how to use money, have somebody give him some money to buy a house and in return pay the money back so you can fix another house. But what he talked about was renters becoming homeowners and renters becoming taxpayers. And that was a tremendous effect. But what the underlining that was, if you have a lot of Mexican Americans buying their own land, then who else? Then they become very powerful homeowners. And in this state, in this country, land means everything. If you have land, you have a stake. You're a stakeholder. You're a tremendous stakeholder in any society. And Paul taught us that, the importance of hanging on to your land, hanging on to your house, hanging on, and then passing it on to your children. So those are things that he taught us very well about.